Next, I'd like to invite Mr. Lee Wei Hong, Senior Business Consultant from 91 App. Wei Hong is a new retail specialist with more than 5 years of deployment know-how. Today, he'll be sharing with us on the sciences of new retail business model.
Hi guys, good day. Welcome to 91 at both in Data Asia. So my name is Wei Hong. I'm the Senior Business Consultant in 91 at Malaysia. So today I'm going to walk you through what is new retail and what are the benefits and some, I would say, secrets in a successful new retail deployment and why should retailers need that. So in case you are a retailers that are operating online and both online and offline business, then I think this session should be very relevant to you. And in case you're a retailers who are only selling on the internet, but you do have plans to expand to your offline scenes, since the rental rate is so low right now, so you might be looking for chance to expand to the offline scenes, then I think it is good for you to stay on. So for any others, maybe just pure online retailers that doesn't have plans to go into the offline scene, so you can just stay here to learn further. Yeah. So without further ado, so let me just share with you what this 91 apps is all about and how this new retails, the science of new retail business model behind. Yeah. So 91 App, in fact, we are actually a company that has already more than 20 years of experience in retail commerce. By saying retail commerce, I mean we are not just a software company that focus on giving you a software to actually set up your own online stores or maybe just online websites. So what we're doing is actually a solutions that had software, and what's more importantly is the business model itself on how to help the company to transit from a pure traditional brick and mortar business into this new retail business model. Or I would say new retail, it means OMO, online merge offlines. This is what new retail is all about. So talking about some of the history or legacy of the company, in fact, we originated from Taiwan with business operation in Hong Kong and Malaysia. So in Malaysia, we are already in our 5th years in markets. So what do we serve? I mean, like, what are the gaps that we are serving the market is for new retail digitalization, mainly people are still talking about selling on the marketplace, especially in Malaysia. If you are talking about e-commerce, majority of the company out there feeling it's quite hard to sustain their own online business. Like it's hard to get in traffic, it's hard to get enough traffic so that they have conversion. So majority of the business or e-commerce activities are still happening on the marketplace right now in Malaysia, platforms like Shopee and Lazada, so that. But this is exactly what happened in Taiwan. In fact, like the last 10, 20 years, we are among the first pioneers or first batch of people who are involved in e-commerce. So what happened when you are over depending on third-party platforms like marketplaces? So the first thing is your clients might have very low brand loyalties, because it could be like when I'm asking you, hey, this is a nice shirt, but where do you bought it? You could tell me that you bought from some marketplace, yeah, Shopee or Lazada. So that's so people don't recognize your brand unless you are big enough, like you are Nike or Adidas. Or that. What's worse is I think revenue now equals to traffic. So the competition on the marketplaces or on the online advertisement platform is really intense right now, because many company has moved majority part of their marketing fund onto online instead of offline driven last time. So it makes everybody harder to compete for keywords, for exposure, for traffic. So regardless of it is SEO, regardless of it is social media ads or marketplace, you have to spend some money so that you gain exposure to your store. And not to mention, I believe everybody's know marketplaces are mainly serving perhaps the more price sensitive clients compared to the loyal clients that appreciate your brand's value so that you don't have to go into this price war, price competitions. So that's the reason why 91 App is born. Like we were founded in 2013 with the aim to help our clients to actually establish their very own loyalty database and to nurture clients who truly love the brands and will interact with them to potentially lower down your cost of sales so that you don't have to rely heavily on putting all the money into this online ads, hoping for more traffics, or just can get sales from the marketplaces, but the data you don't actually own the members' data. So you don't own your member, you don't even know what is the time that they will be shopping, where are they located, so what are the better copywriting that have higher conversions compared to the others? So all these are very important data, or I would say behaviorals data that one's company have better control on it instead of being monetized by the other platform. Yeah. So this is a little bit of why is 91 Avis here and what are the services that we are providing. So coming back to our platform, these are some of the clients that we are serving in market right now. So there are people like Sasas, LVMH. So I think this is clients quite a well-known clients across different industry. In fact, yeah, for your information. So coming back to our topics today, what is new retails? In fact, new retails itself, this is the terms that I managed to retrieve from the internet, and I think this phrase best describes what is new retails. It says new retails refers to the integrations or interlinking of online and offline shopping using modern technologies, data, and customer engagement techniques. And in fact, what does this mean? In layman term, this means bridging the gaps, bridging the gap between your online and offline. What is it so happen? Because most of the time as a consumer, you and me, in fact, we are constantly crossing channels or have different channel visitation, just like before you're going into this brand A offline store to buy something, you could potentially visiting the online store to actually compare price. You could compare price, you could check out their models, you could check out the details of particular products before proceeding to the store for purchase, isn't it? Or vice versa, you could spot some very nice product or shoes, for instance, in some offline stores of a brand A, but eventually you don't proceed to pay or check out or buy that thing on the spot. What you do is you may go back to their online store to check whether there are better deals or maybe can I earn points. So all these things is actually hurting the brand's what I said, the brand's confidence, because at the end of the day, this is still brand A, and both online and offline store should be unified in terms of the treatment, no discrimination, no difference. So by having all these gaps between this online and offline store, once retail is very hard in nurturing all these clients confidence. Yeah. So and why this new retail is born is in fact I would say due to this consumer behavior. Is a consumer behavior like what I have shared just now minutes ago. It has changed so much. Those days when we're talking about shopping, we are referring to shopping at which store, and later on when the internet come into the game, then it actually disrupted the whole industry. So right now, even though you're for instance you're in Tesco online, but you could be visiting Tesco online uh, while you're in Tesco stores. This is how hilarious it is, and we name all this behavior as web roaming and um, online web roaming, and then shop is what we call the shop what I call it shop roaming. So this is a very I would say very new kind of behavior that we have spotted over the last few years. And what we wanted to help the retailers to do is to help them to cater to such changes in consumer behavior so that they can better adapt to the markets. Yeah, and in fact, new retail is already happening around us. If you walk into this Uniqlo, if you walk into even like Family Marts or Caring or any store, like majority of our clients out there, you could see like they're encouraging people to visiting the online online platform so that they can earn some online app exclusive products or deals or etc. But while they're on the apps, then the apps will push notification to get them to channel back all these traffics, trying to get them to visit the offline store for some offline exclusive deals or this. And in fact, it's happening, and just that many retailers doesn't realize why is it so important to do all these things. And this is very important because this particular O is complementing another O. It doesn't matter which this O representing, whether this is O is representing online or offline. In fact, online and offline is complementing each other's in your business model. And it shouldn't be the case of your online is cannibalizing on your offline sales, or your offline sales is much bigger, too big, and the deal is too good until your online can't sell thing. This is not the case. In fact, it should be complementing because your online had a characteristic of reaching wider market. It is not restricted to your geographical locations, and it is always up a 24/7 available online stores, and your client can react with you, can interact with you anytime they want, and they can just check out the item that they wanted to see instead of browsing one by one in your store. And what happened in offline store is the conversion rate is much higher compared to your online store, because for instance, every 10 person walking into your store, it could be like 30%, 40%, which means 3 or 4 people eventually buy something because they can hold, they can touch, they can experience the real products. So you see offline store, even though it is serving a market that is much smaller, restricted to maybe 20 km radius or 30 km radius surrounded the store location, but it has much better conversion ratios. But the store is restricted to particular operating hours only. So this is, on the other hand, very different. So on the online store. So what happened is we have to make use of the benefits of both channels, trying to gel them together better. This is what we call OMO, online merge offline. It is actually emerging so that your team doesn't have to debate over which channel should have a better marketing fund, and then whether this sales coming from online is better than the sales from offline. In fact, one company should have only one KPI, which is to get more sales, and there will be no online marketing or offline marketing differences. It should be like in one team, there's one marketing team that are taking care of an OMO marketing campaign. Yeah. So this is the characteristic of some online and offline operation. I believe if you're already running a retail business that are also on the internet selling online right now, you should be able to feel what I'm saying right now. Yeah. So how is it different from the current retail models? Current retail models is what I had mentioned on a couple of slides back. The main obstacles happening right now is, you could say like, Hong, I know, I feel you, I get you, but how to deploy that? So because the problem with the main obstacles right now is in people. In fact, the system can solve a lot of things. There are a lot of hardwares that we can customize, that we can try to redesign in order to fit into your current business model. But the biggest challenge still remains in your people. By saying your people, I mean your offline staff. Are they willing to help to promote your online platform? Are they willing to move your clients from the from their hand that they are serving in the offline wares to your online wares? So this is obviously one of the biggest challenges lies in this new retail deployment, because over the years we have seen promoters or offline sales force trying to stop or maybe block. They are not supporting all this online initiative because this might tarnish their commission earned, and this might be making them fail to achieve their KPI in offline stores. So new retail actually address such issues better, and in fact, it's not over to say many companies stuck in this kind of situation for many years, and eventually they are in what we call the rat race, that they do not know how to react to the digitalization words. So their online sales is not really that great. while the offline sales is also dropping. So what happened? They do not know how to react. What is the countermeasure of all this? So new retail actually tackle all this problem, and this is what 91 Nab is helping our clients. So talking about what is the benefits aside from addressing all these people, what is the benefits is of course helping an organizations to make small money. What happened is um, when we're talking about sales revenue, it could be from two sources. Like you have a pure online client, means that those clients that are only purchasing from your online platform, your pure online client, yeah, and you could have pure offline clients, clients that are purchasing from offline stores. But what happened is if you manage to channel all these two clients into the funnel of OMO, online merge offline, trying to transit them for somebody who are just purchasing from your online or offline store into somebody who will purchase from both channels, or maybe who will visit both channels in their decision making process. This actually helps to multiplies their competition, their contributions by 3 to 5 times. This is based on our data. Why? Because if you're able to better interact with them on the internet, just like if you have your own apps that has lots of wonderful contents, your push notifications with deals that are only available to them. So this actually increase the frequency of them interacting with you. So you're reminding them of your presence instead of just on the internet, on the social medias, or through email marketing, which is not really working in B2C market for all the industry right now. So the benefits of new retail deployment is, of course, besides all this bridging the gap and solving some problem, like I mentioned just now, when it's cannibalizing your offline sales revenues. So you should be aiming at improving the stickiness of your clients also, yeah, so that they have better contributions. So how to actually start? What is the step? I mean, like you guys already know, a new retail deployments talks about OMO, talk about how do you merge your online and offline divisions, the business, so that you don't have to rely too much on third parties channels, so that you can start to aim to improve the stickiness of your clients. But how to do that? So 91 apps, our solution is actually at we break into different phases because it's almost impossible to actually uh, launch this whole OMO initiative right away in one steps because it involves too many departments, your SOP, your existing workflows, the incentive plans for your clients, etc. So this actually should be break into different phases according to our previous experience. So the very beginning phase is what we call a multi-channel, whereby you're starting to multiplying a sales channel instead of just selling on the brick and mortar store. Now that you are already multiplying sales channel by selling on the internet, by selling on the marketplaces. So this is in fact some good initiative. So in this particular phase, we are helping you to create your very own e-commerce website, a AW adaptive web design e-commerce website, which is a very good one, and also your native shopping apps that has all the loyalty and content sharing capability. So we are building your own website and mobile apps for your brands at this particular phase. Why is it very important to have apps? Because many has thought app is for the big boys because it's very costly or that. But 91 app, in fact, our business model is very unique, and one company can actually own their own apps, has their own apps at a very friendly entry levels. Yeah. So app is of course very important because I mean based on our data, people are spending 4 times more 4 times more time on their mobile compared to the desktop. Yeah. So this happen that's why you see majority of the online spending is already happening on the mobile. Even though we don't have an app, but people are still visiting our mobile browser instead of a PC. So it's important to have apps as a tool in this new retail deployment, so that you're literally just like operating your own store on your clients' handphones. They don't have to visit you, go into the browser and key in brand A shop, online shoppings. So by that, you actually save a lot of hassles for your clients. The needs to actually visit the website and key in the URL, whether the URL have an S or not, whether it's .com or .com.my. And of course, you can actually avoid being targeted by your clients in all these Google keywords or that are appearing before you. So this is how you actually manage to have a client to reach you in a much quicker way, much easier way also. And talking about app is it plays a very important roles in your business. In fact, I'll give you an example. For instance, like we are in the vast ocean for fishing. What happened is all of this marketing money is equals to all the advertisement fund that we throw. We do Google ads, we do Facebook ads, we do IG, YouTube, you name it, whatever channels. These are all with the aim to bring traffic back to your website, isn't it? So the moment you stop all this, will all this traffic still comes in? The answer is obviously no, right? So it is almost equals to your, I mean, your revenue is almost equals to your digital spending. The moment you lower down digital spending, if you are not able to hold on to your members loyalty, if you're not able to retain them, then the chances is your sales is going to drop also. That's why you heard many people say, I have I when the moment I stop all this digital spending, then my sales drop also. So this is just like when we are fishing in the oceans, when we throw all the baits and this small little fish comes into our nets to eat. So are you able to actually pet all these fishes in your own aquarium and never let them go again, so that the next round when you want to sell them something, you don't have to throw baits again? So mobile apps for your own company in fact plays a very integral roles in this deployment, whereby you're able to pet all the fishes, the smaller fishes in your own tanks, and you feed them with the nutrition you want to give them. Like through your apps push notification, you can share some contents, maybe the application of your products. If you're in the cosmetic lines, how do you actually make up within 10 minutes, the makeup scales, yeah, some tutorial of how do you quickly remove your makeups and go to bed within 10 minutes. How do you actually cook a rendang chicken with whatever ingredients or things that you're selling? So upon watching the video, down there are already all the things that you're showcasing in the videos. So it helps to quickly check out also. Apps is not only a tools for them to reach you in a quicker fashions, but also a tools for help them to navigate more items, because given the same time frame that they are on the website, but they are able to see much more, 4 to 5 times more products or content if they're on your apps. So that's the reason why you see platform like marketplaces investing heavily on mobile apps, because the user engagement is much higher. Yeah. And all these things, once they install your apps, if you're able to continue to provide values over your apps, then the chances is you could potentially lessen down your dependency on the online ads also to generate traffic, because traffic is equals to your sales revenue. So it's fair to say that your revenue from your app is actually more quality, higher in profit margin, because you're dealing with them directly. You don't have to do all this SMS blasting anymore. You don't have to do this email marketing anymore, because in B2C market, majority of our clients actually, they don't really check their emails regularly, isn't it? Yeah, I met too many unread message. So potentially our message, our email also in one of them, and it will be sent to the recycle bin one shots. Yeah. So this particular phase, we are going to build a very good website and apps for your company that has all the e-commerce online store capability, and it's also a loyalty program. App is your memberships card. So the moment the people visiting your offline store, and your cashier will just have to ask them, are you one of our members? If yes, can you please show me your mobile app? Then the POS system will just have to use their scanner to scan the barcode that are displaying on the mobile apps to detect what is the identity of this particular clients. So as a retailer, they are able to better know what is the total purchase power of this particular client, aside from just knowing or just able to track their online sales, online purchase, but not in the offline. This is one of the gap that we are tackling. Yeah. So when you already adopted this web and app, and your client is already started to accumulating up in your own platforms. So how do you actually try to mobilize them so that you can nurture more OMO client instead of just pure online or pure offline clients? So we have a few features for you to do so. The first one is on the store navigations. So this means that our apps are able to help the client to detect what is your nearest store towards their current locations. So upon clicking on that, you'll be able to navigate uh, your clients to your store directly. So they compared to last time, they don't have to go into this Google's and key in where is the nearest store of brand A in PJ, for instance. So this actually helped to save a lot of hassles. And this is an initiative, an example of how do you actually move your client from online to your offline, yeah, OMO. So the other one is how do you tackle the challenge of what I've said just now? Your employees, your offline staff doesn't want to help to push this initiative. In fact, aside from generating traffic from the online channels, offline clouds is something that we have to look into, because your offline store eventually there are a lot of people coming in and out. So the key is, are you able to hold on to them and trying to make use of all these traffics? So your employees, your offline staff plays a very important roles in this round. So the key is we wanted to educate our employee that this initiative, this online store is not here to damage, to make you earn less or fail to meet your KPI, the targets. Yeah. So right now with this 91 app tools, your client are able to bind whoever that they have already encouraged to download apps or maybe sign up as our online clients. So our system are able to detect under this particular salesperson this month how many person he or she has already encouraged or referred to become our online members. So our system are able to detect how much is the revenue that these people generated, and as a boss, you're still able to calculate back all the incentive that they deserve. This is to educate your and also motivate and empower your offline employees that your battlefield is not only in the offline store right now, but also on the internet. Yeah? You can earn more by doing less right now, even though you're on leave, even though you're on MC, your client is buying after the midnight hour where your store is already closed, but still you're able to earn that particular revenues. So this is how you actually empower them and start to make use of your offline traffics. Yeah, trying to move your offline clients to online. This is also an example of OMO, because right now your clients, upon leaving your store, upon finishing purchasing something at your store, they are interacting with you on the internet. So the other tools is what is very important one is this retail CRM, what we call the install portal. This particular tab can be installed on an iPad or on a POS system terminal or on your promoters handphone browsers. So when the moment your clients walk into your store, if they are a member, they will just have to provide your staff their phone number, so you're able to key into that particular portal and retrieve all the important informations, uh, re- just like how many points they have, or maybe any voucher that they can use if they are buying more, like 50 ringgit more, so you can cross sales battle, and what are the things that this particular client has added onto cart in your website and mobile apps. So coincidentally, you have this model in your store, so you can actually offer or provide more personalized shopping experience to your clients. So this is achievable when data are able to freely flow within your organizations. So with just one mobile number as a unique ID for your clients, we are able to retrieve so much data. We are able to know this particular client so much on how we can serve them better. uh. Of course, the last features could be like buy online and collect in store, or maybe if the product is already running out of stock in the store, then you can just add to cart and check out online. You can ship to their house right away without shipping costs. So this is very important, because those days you might have to contact other stores to check whether this particular model are in stock or not. Then you have to tell the particular client, oh, Mid Valley have stock would you like to visit Mid Valley to buy this thing? I don't think that's going to happen. So in this cross-channel phase, we are going to further enlarge the functionalities of your website and apps, and also all these tools like this install portal and the employee referral program, so that you can better gel your online and offline division together, and provide a more unified shopping experience, or what we call omni-channel, which means regardless of whatsoever channel the client are visiting, or whatever channels that they are choosing to interact with us, then they're still receiving the same treatments. They're still looking at the same product description, even photos and pricings, yeah, receiving the same points, and vouchers you're receiving on your apps can be used or redeemed in your POS system, or maybe any vouchers that they are receiving during your offline events, roadshows. This can be redeemed on the online. So this is how OMO deployments looks like. Yeah, and the benefits of it is actually it better gel your client together, so improve the loyalty. Yeah, protect the market shares. So at the last phase, which is the most challenging phase, is we are actually an open API platform. So we are talking about a real OMO deployment. This is the last mile, whereby we're talking about integration with existing POS systems, so that they can detect the identity of a client. They can do redemption of points. So what I'm mentioning is third-party POS here, and also like integration with your existing reporting or business intelligence software, or maybe your ERP for inventory, so that you can better manage your inventory levels. So all this is to be completed in last mile of this new retail deployment. So this is the three phases that one company will have to go through if we're talking about a new retail deployment uh, by 91 apps. I hope you learned something. And so the secrets number two that I'm going to reveal just now, the three phases is secret number one company, how do they transit into this new retail deployment. Secret number two is how do you achieve this massive competitive advantages, of course, by deploying these new retails. This is actually synergies achieved, and what we said triple win. It's not just a win-win, but a triple win. The first win is, of course, your offline staff, and your staff is already making more money, and they're not rejecting your initiative rates. So your offline staff will win because of this deployment. Yeah. And the other win is, of course, your client who has now a real omni-channel experience. They can enjoy the benefits, the convenience that this deployment brought to them. Yeah. So they are going to become your OMO clients. Yeah. And has better loyalty, better shopping experience and service, and receive personalized shopping experience when they're in your offline stores. So the second win is, of course, your client, yeah, who has now better shopping experience. The last win is, of course, the company itself, because now that your clients, your online and offline department gel together, and your client is having a more, or say, a better omni-channel experience, so they are contributing more. Because if you still remember, the key characteristic of an OMO clients or OMO members is they tend to have 3 to 5 times more contributions towards one brand, because of the stickiness, because of the frequency, uh, higher frequency of the interactions. So a company are able to earn more money, especially revenue generated from your online departments is actually lower in cost. You could do that, you could achieve that by just doing push notification, sharing of content, some app exclusive deals. All these doesn't involve any marketing spendings, so you have better profit margins. Yeah, so this is some of the secrets that our client has achieved over the years, and this pandemic itself is not really affecting them much. Wow, they see massive growth over the last 1 or 2 years. So this is in fact helping you to mitigate the risk of future similar pandemics or incidents again. Yeah. So the secret number three is that I'm going to share with you is on this online revenue ratios. Many are wondering how to actually have this most optimum levels. So the optimum level should be 30% based on our study. If you look at this formula of sales, traffic times with your conversion percentage, and with your average order value times your frequency is, of course, the sales, and your profit is total sales deduct with total cost. So what happened is, when we put all the data into these formula models, And look at if your online is account for 15% and the sales is like 1 billion, yeah, and the conversion rate is this, frequency is this, you're achieving like 0.8 profit. So if we are further raising this online ratio to 30%, yeah, it lowered down the conversion, because why? Online will have much lower conversion, remember? But it has better frequency because your store is 24/7, not closing one, right? So you see your profit is rising. But if you're overdoing that by increasing this this online revenues contributions to further to 45%, then it actually lowered the profit margin again, because the impact of a lowered conversion rate from online is too big to handle right now. So it's always good to handle to manage your online revenue contribution within 30% here. So this is a case study of our clients. It's so nice in Taiwan. It's a fashion house that has about 50 outlets in Taiwan. So ever since 2015 deployment until now, you see the OMO clients means that somebody who will buy from their online and also offline. And in fact, this 45% of clients has already accounts for more than 85% of their total group revenues. And these are the people that they do not have to spend excessive costs in getting them in getting them come back, because these are done by using the mobile apps. So I think this is some sharings and experience shared by 91 apps on how to actually better manage your business both online and offline, gel them together. So aside from the marketing part, the online verse, you also start to generate your traffics from the offline stores. Yeah, so at the end of the day it will all goes back to the same data pools. So what you want is to have more insights, and business decision can be made based on data. Database decision making is more accurate. Yeah, so this is the goal of OMO, and we project all this revenue from OMO revenue will eventually overtakes the revenue contribution from pure offline verse and pure online verse. So this is a trend, just like we are heading to the electrical cars era, and this is irreversible, and that's going to happen because that's the trend right now, and it will only go one way forwards towards that directions. So yeah, and I think this is the end of my presentation. And if you guys are looking to find out more about how we can help the business, especially receiving some consultations or advice from our team, then feel free to drop us an email. And I'm also accessible through the mobile number that I show on the screen right now. So thank you for your time, guys. I hope you have a nice day.